All right, you just worked on probably what will be your last practice for learning how to gather information to write a counterclaim before you're given a full-blown article. When you go to the next step, what will be harder is you have to come up with the claim. Here, it's pretty obvious. The claim is in the form of a question. Is it okay to sneak food into the movies? And your claim would be, it is okay to sneak food into the movies. Or your claim would be, it is not okay to sneak food into the movies. And then you would provide your evidence. So if we look at this one, you can quickly kind of just check and see if your evidence is like mine. Yes, it is okay to sneak it in. One of the reasons was that you would save money, because we all know that it's really expensive. I also wrote down that you can bring what you want to eat, since their options are only junk food. And also that they're expensive, we just talked about that one. And then that you're already making a huge profit off of you. So if they're already making loads of money, it's not like they're going to miss, one popcorn order if you were to bring in your own. Okay, so those were my 3 for that side. If you took the side of the claim that it is not okay to sneak your own snacks into a movie theater, then you probably would have written down, here they are. Okay, they were all over on this side. 1, that supporting them, in other words, supporting the theater in financing them is important to keep it up and running. So therefore, you should buy their expensive snacks, because they need this money to pay the employers that work there, to go towards buying the movies that you watch from the person who directed and produced them. So it's important to support them financially to keep them up and going. So it is not okay to sneak in food. You should buy their food to support them. A second reason that I found was that, well, it's just really simply against the rules. So that would support, you don't want to break any rules if you are a rule follower. So that would be one of the reasons not to sneak food into a theater. And then the third one I found was kind of a stretch, but it was down at the bottom. I kind of caught it. Some of you might have struggled to find a third. I don't blame you. It says that there is a solution, and that's to eat before you go to the movie. So I kind of turned that into my third reason for not needing to sneak food into a movie theater, because it's really just not necessary. That was the idea that gave me. You can go an hour and a half without eating, period. So if you think their food is too expensive, just don't buy any. You won't starve. Eat lunch before you go into the theater. Don't buy their expensive snacks. And you'll save money without breaking rules. So I decided to put that down for my third. So now here comes the trick. Watch carefully. You're going to pick one of the examples on the opposite. So, sorry. First thing you have to do is pick a side. Told you guys that yesterday. Hopefully somebody caught me. Gotta pick a side. So I'm going to pick the side that it is bad, that it is not okay to sneak food into the theater. Okay, so this is the side I'm on. Once I do that, I'm going to go over to the other side, and I'm going to pick one of the claims that I like, that I want to use in my counterclaim. And I'm going to write it first. So if you go down here, you can see that I wrote, although some theaters are charging too much for snacks and want to sneak in food, others understand, and I used this one, others understand that it is against the rules, and understand respect for the rules. So what you do, and review again, is you need to pick a side That's step one, right? Step one is to pick a side. Then step two is to go and pick a different viewpoint from the other side and then put it together with one on your side. Just make sure that you write that one first in the counterclaim. Okay? All right, so there you have it. There is how you put it all together to write your counterclaim. And you've practiced this now about 2 or 3 times probably. So pick a side, pick an opposite side, write it down first, then go match it with one on the other side. Done. All right, you can go ahead and start working on today's assignment. Remember, I decided to try and save a tree. I'm trying something a little bit new. The article that you're going to read has 3 PDF files that are posted on my webpage. And you can find them. It'll say click here for page 1, click here for page 2, and then click here for page 3. Page 3 is where you will find the area where you gather information, the pros and cons, kind of like the yes, no. So don't forget about page 3 because that still has, I think, some of the article on it. So you might still need to open page 3. But I will have a hard copy of page 3 so that you can jot down the information that you're gathering from the PDF files, which is in return actually your article, instead of Xeroxing it today on a paper copy. All right, so just don't forget about that 3rd page. There might be more. The article starts on page, as you can see right here, on page 22. Then you turn it over and it's going to be on the back. That'll be click here for page 2, which is actually 23. And then if you flip it over, I'm not sure if it's just this on the back, that's page 3, which you have a hard copy in front of you, or if there's more to the article. So I'm just saying, to be safe, I think that you should open up, click on page 3 just to make sure the article is over. Okay, so what you're going to be doing today is you're going to read your first article, and you're going to have to develop your own claim. So as you can see, there is a half sheet of white paper that you need to make sure you have in front of you to do this, because right here is where you will write your claim, and then down below is where you will where you will write your counterclaim. And as you can see, the article is over these pages, but they're going to be PDF files that you're going to click on from my webpage. I'm just trying it this way, and you guys can let me know which way you like better, but I thought maybe we should try to do this since we are kind of becoming a digital world. So we will give this a shot today. So go ahead and click and open the page 1, and maybe you go ahead and click and open page 2, just so you have both pages. I'm pretty sure you're going to need page 3. Go ahead and click on those to start reading this article and gathering your information on the yes, no, in this case it's the pros, cons. Go ahead and gather information on your hard copy, so you'll be writing down what you want your pros and cons to be, and then you will be using this list to help you, like you've been taught, to fill out what your claim is going to be and what your counterclaim is going to be, and you will turn this half sheet of paper in to me by the end of the period. Good luck.